Hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How the demons from Fiji are you all today? Is everything going well? When you looked in the mirror this morning, what was the reflection like? Was it fresh as a daisy or was it drowned rat? Well, hopefully it was more fresh as a daisy than drowned rat. Now, before we get started on what we didn't finish yesterday, let me just ask you a quick question. Are you ready? Are you sitting down, paying attention? Good. Okay. Then the question is this. Who knows what today is? I know, you all know the days of the week, which means that you all know that today is Friday, our favorite day of the week. The day when the week turns, changes, transforms into the weekend. The weekend, the time when we can release our inner disco dance kings and queens. All week we sit at school or in our workplace looking like normal, ordinary people. But no! Just like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and all of the other superheroes. Pencilhead, Trombone Girl, Maracas Monkey. We too have our secrets, don't we? Yes, for when the weekend begins, we release the dance monsters from deep, deep, deep within our psyches, leading to scenes like this.
Sabes que la llevo un rato mirándote. Tengo que bailar contigo hoy. Que tu mirada ya estaba llamándome. Muéstrame el camino que yo voy.
Well, okay. Maybe we should wait until it gets a little bit darker. What do you think? Yes, I can see that you're in agreement with me. Let's wait until the night falls and then, well, then we can try dancing like that again. But moving on, back to what I was asking you. I know that you all know that today's Friday. Everyone knows that. No, there's something else. Today is special for another reason. Can anyone think of what it is? Any guesses?
Oh, I had it a minute ago.
Oh, good God. Anyone else?
6.
6? 6? What sort of an answer is that? Can you think of why today is special and you say 6? Okay, let's try one more time. Who knows why today is special?
What time did the first train leave?
I give up. As Alfredo Benchfield says, God give me strength. Okay, forget it. All of those answers are completely wrong. They're the wrong answers. Spudgun thought he knew the answer, but he forgot. Frank Drebin is barking up the wrong tree with his answer of 6. And as for Norberg, we're not talking about trains, Norberg. I asked a question about why today is special. Nothing about trains. Why are you asking about trains? We're not talking about trains. I didn't say anything about trains or cars or buses or motorbikes. I didn't mention any sort of transport. Why, oh why, are you trying to answer my question with a question? And why are you asking about when the first train left? Go back to the brain specialist and ask the doctor to increase your medication. I think you need medicine. More medicine than you're taking at the moment. Okay, now let's try to forget about all of those terrible answers. Let's get back to my original idea. Why is today special? Now, as we can see, Spudgun, Frank and Norberg don't know the reason why today is special. Well, it's possible that Spudgun did know the answer, but, well, he's forgotten it. So, let me explain. Today is a very special day. Not only because it's Friday, and that means the start of the weekend. No, there's another reason. This week is week 61. That means that when we finish this lesson, we'll have completed 61 weeks of English together. That's pretty impressive, I think you'll agree. Yes, and the reason today is special is connected to that. It's all about milestones. Today, this lesson is another milestone. This is week 61. This is the 5th lesson of this week. The 5th lesson of week 61. And that means what? Yes, that's right. That means that this lesson right here, this 15-minute English lesson, this lesson for all the gods of English, for all the gentle chickens of the forest, for all the gnus of the plain, lemurs of the jungle, and everyone else who's watching. This lesson is, wait for it, this is lesson 300. Yeah? What do you have to say to that? That's pretty damned impressive, isn't it? Let that just sink in. Think about it. We've been learning English together for 300 lessons. Well, we're in the middle of the 300th lesson at the moment, but we're going to start this weekend with an extra special reason to celebrate. Not only are we going to celebrate the weekend because it's the end of the working week and it's time to let our hair down and have a good time. Not only are we happy because it's the weekend and we have more time to spend with our friends and family, but now, on this Friday, we have an extra reason to celebrate the weekend, to do things in style. Today, we're going to complete our 300th lesson together. I think this calls for some fireworks. All right, 300. That is truly an impressive milestone. And here we are, in the middle of a milestone. That's also pretty impressive. We're in the middle of a milestone. Okay, so we're moving through the milestone. Good. Now, let's forget the milestone for the moment and concentrate on the rest of the lesson. Who remembers what we were talking about last lesson? Oh, hang on. I'm not sure that asking the viewers is a good idea. I can still remember the strange, bizarre, unusual and peculiar answers I got in response to the first question I asked you. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll ask one person. Where is he? Ah, there you are, John. John Wesley Powell. Now, John, do you know the answer? I hope you've been paying attention. Do you remember what we were talking about last lesson? You do? Okay then, tell us, please.
We were talking about the idea of bring, take, and fetch.
Finally, a correct answer. Thanks, John. I knew I could count on you. Okay, so as we heard from our dead friend, John Wesley Powell, yesterday we were talking about the idea of bring, take, and fetch. We looked at bring and take, didn't we? If I ask you to bring me something, then we understand that I am in one place and you are in another place. There is something in the place where you are that I'd like. So, I ask you to bring it to me. I ask you to come to me with the thing. Now, we also looked at take, didn't we? We saw that take has two meanings. The first meaning that we are in the same place with an object and I'd like you to go to another place with the object. In this case, it's the opposite idea of bring, isn't it? Okay, but there's also another meaning of take, isn't there? That's the idea that we're not in the same place. I'm at point A, you're at point B with the object, and I ask you to take the object to point C. So, it's the same basic idea, but we're not in the same place. Imagine, for example, that you're in your office and you get a phone call from your next door neighbor, from the person who lives in the house or flat next to you, and they ask if you have a hammer that they can borrow. Now, you're at point A, Your neighbour is at point B and the hammer is in your flat at point C. You phone your daughter at your flat and ask her to take the hammer to the next door neighbour. You're asking her to go from one point from your flat to another point to the next door neighbour's flat with the object, with the hammer. Okay, so that's the other way that we use take. Now, there's one which we didn't look at, isn't there? Yes. We still haven't looked at fetch, have we? Okay, well, fetch is also a simple idea. Think back to what Alfredo said to Lizzie when they were in the supermarket. Alfredo told Lizzie to fetch Tim. Now, the easiest way to think about fetch is to think about what we do with dogs in the park. When we go to the park with a dog, what do we normally take with us? That's right. We normally take a ball, maybe a tennis ball or maybe just a rubber ball. And what do we do with it? That's right, we throw the ball and tell our dog something. And what do we tell our dog? What is the command we give the dog? That's right, we say fetch. This is what we want the dog to do. We want the dog to go from point A, where we are, to point B, where the ball is, and then bring the ball back to where we are at point A. That's fetch. Go from here to there, collect that thing, and come back. Fetch. So, when we go to the park with our dogs, we play fetch. We throw a ball or a stick or a frisbee, and we tell the dog to fetch the ball, stick, or frisbee. To go from here to there and come back with the ball, stick, or frisbee. Enid plays the same game with Keith, but he's not a dog. He's a pheasant. A very dangerous, psychopathic pheasant, but even Keith, Mad Dog Pheasant, likes to relax with a game of fetch in the park. Okay, so that's fetch. Go from here to there and come back with the thing that is there. Go from point A to point B. Pick up the hammer and then come back with the hammer to point A. Please fetch the hammer. Great! So now we know what bring, take and fetch mean. Fantastic! And that means we now understand what Alfredo meant when he spoke to Lizzie. He told her to fetch Tim from the car park. That means he wants her to go from where they are to where Tim is in the car park and come back to the supermarket with Tim. Simple. And, oh, is that the time? Oh, fish fingers, we're out of time again. Oh well, never mind. As we all know, there's no point in crying over spilt milk, is there? No, of course not. A damp cloth is a much better idea. Okay, folk, so it's the end of the lesson, and what a milestone it is. This is the 300th lesson. You and I have completed 300 lessons together. Not bad at all. Congratulations to you all. Well done. So now, remember that there's another reason to celebrate. Not only is it the start of the weekend, but we've got 300 lessons of English under our belts. Well done us. So, remember to reward yourselves this weekend. Stay in bed for half an hour more, or have an extra biscuit with your coffee or tea. Or, if you're feeling really adventurous, have another cocktail. Okay, it doesn't matter how you celebrate this milestone, as long as you feel good about yourselves. You've completed 300 lessons. Well done. Okay, well, we're not stopping there. We'll be back on Monday with some more English, so see you then. Have a great weekend. Have as much fun as you can handle, and if you need more English, you all know where to go to, don't you? Yes, that's right. www.m5tv.hu. See you later. Have a great weekend. Bye.